Northeast Arkansas News is brought to you by Glenn Sain.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to your Northeast Arkansas Late News. I'm Meredith Mitchell.
And I'm Josh Egbert. It's game time in Jonesboro. Next weekend, thousands of people will be coming to the city for Mayhem at the MAC.
Northeast Arkansas's Alexis Padilla tells us how this baseball tournament is hitting a home run for local businesses.
Fields are not the only thing being prepped today. Restaurants like Skinny J's are also prepping. Sarah Reeves says baseball tournaments bring a new game to their business.
With us being family friendly, the tournaments get really busy for us.
Next weekend is Mayhem at the MAC. It's expected to be the biggest baseball tournament Jonesboro has ever seen. Reeves says game day will be hectic, but worth it.
With people getting put out of the tournament or getting a little break, something like that, popping in here and getting a burger and then getting back out to the field, it's crazy busy, but it's awesome that it's busy.
170 teams will be coming to Jonesboro from 5 different states. The tournament is free, but attendees will be paying their dues to Jonesboro's economy.
There is a tremendous amount of teams coming from out of town that'll be eating in the restaurants and staying in the hotels, and shopping at the local retail establishments. So we think this is going to be great economic impact for Jonesboro.
This is the first tournament with the new turf at Joe Mack Campbell Park. The baseball boosters are hoping this will put them in a new league.
We hope this tournament springboards us to the next level and hosting tournament baseball in Jonesboro. We've been doing it for several years now and have had a lot of success, but we've had some big tournaments that have been rained out because our infields were not playable.
As for tournament crowds, Skinny J's is not worried about striking out.
All of our coolers will be ready to rock. Everything will be portioned out and, the burgers prepped up, ready to go on the grill. We'll go full staff and we will be all hands on deck for sure.
Jonesboro is expecting 5,000 visitors next weekend. For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Alexis Padilla.
Our chief meteorologist, Chris Summers, joining us now. Chris, it was another warm one out there today.
Yeah, definitely seeing a toasty weather across our area. The temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s across much of the state of Arkansas, even those gusty winds as well. Our winds are gusting as high as 30 miles per hour late this afternoon from the southwest with these very warm temperatures. It looks like the warm weather continues the next couple of days. We'll keep temperatures in the upper 80s, very close to 90 degrees here for the rest of the work week, and that really continues into the upcoming weekend as well. Here's a look at our high temperatures across the state then. Yeah, 88 degrees, the high here in Jonesboro, 89 over in Russellville, 90 degrees Hot Springs, 89 degrees Arkadelphia, 91 the high temperature in Fort Smith, and 88 in Texarkana. Take a look at our school day forecast for you Thursday. Partly sunny skies, 68 to start. Around 7 o'clock in the morning, back in the low 80s, the mid 80s by lunchtime already. Still with partly sunny skies, and should see that high temperature get very close to 90. We're going to go for 89 as your high on your Thursday. But again, looking like we could see those gusty winds continue and lots of sunshine and dry weather in the forecast here over the next several days. And we'll talk more about that with your local forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
A Jonesboro man will not be charged with murder. This week, Craighead County Chief Deputy Prosecutor Grant DePro made a motion to drop the charge. The first-degree murder charge was initially filed against 50-year-old Sean Berniston. Berniston had been charged with the death of his wife, 43-year-old Jessica Berniston. The victim's body was sent to the state crime lab, where the medical examiner determined the cause of death to be methamphetamine intoxication. Based on the medical examiner's findings, the report says that the state will amend that he charged from murder first degree to battery first. The December beating took place at a trailer park on Arrowhead Farm Road. Berniston admitted to beating his wife with a pool cue and axe handle. Berniston also told law enforcement that both he and his wife were high on drugs and having an argument.
New tonight, the Jonesboro's Park and Recreation says 2 bats have tested positive for rabies at the Craighead Forest Park. Dr. Archie Ryan says a woman who lives near the park was trying to rescue some bats that had fallen ill. Well, it turns out that 2 of the bats that died tested positive for rabies. Dr. Ryan warns visitors to the park to not approach or pick up any bats that appear to be in distress. There have also been 2 cases of rabid dogs in the area. You can find out more information on these rabid bats on the city's website.
Jonesboro officers are hoping their take on gun safety will reduce gun violence. They are offering students a crash course in gun education.
Northeast Arkansas Simone Jameson has more on the motive behind the training and reaction from students.
An inflatable gun shooting range is giving children across Northeast Arkansas the opportunity to learn gun safety outside of the classroom. It allows kids to shoot BBs in place of bullets.
It was really fun at first, and I hit a little bit of the target. I almost hit the target. Just one more move down, and I could hit it.
Faith Busby was one of several middle schoolers that used the range for target practice.
It's so fun to focus and be confident in yourself, to shoot and everything. It's just so fun.
The kids learn how to aim and fire. Once they finish, they take their target home filled with safety rules. Parents like James Flores see the training as an effective way to teach gun essentials.
It gives them a better understanding of how to use a tool for future uses. I think schools should definitely incorporate it. You know, it was in when I was at school, and we didn't have any problems with gun violence.
Nathan Coleman of Jonesboro's Fraternal Order of Police brought the gun education range to the city. He says the two most important things it teaches children is to treat every gun as if it's loaded and that it's real.
Show them how one works and kind of get those rules to operating and handling one safely and in their head at a young age, and maybe that's something that can either fuel their desire to be a part of the shooting sports later in life, or you know, it could maybe help them out in a crucial incident.
Now, Jonesboro's Fraternal Order of Police is gearing up to work with other volunteer organizations to promote the gun education. Many area schools and civic groups don't offer any formal gun training for children, which Coleman believes is largely due to stigma surrounding mass shootings.
We want to try to offer just even more to the children of Jonesboro and in Northeast Arkansas. You don't want your child's first time to ever experience a BB gun or a pistol or a shotgun or a firearm or anything like that being whenever they're away from an adult.
Danielle Reed of Jonesboro's Junior Auxiliary says they are open to partnering for future events.
I think we will definitely be looking at what the needs are in our community. Any type of safety type measures is definitely something we would always consider.
Officers acknowledge that gun education for kids is half the battle in preventing tragedy. They also provide gun locks for adults. I'm Simone Jameson for Northeast Arkansas News.
The Jonesboro Fraternal Order of Police plans to conduct gun education using the inflatable range at least once a month.
Aspen Dental is looking to help our local vets one smile at a time. On June 9th, they will be hosting their 5th annual Day of Service. Vets will be able to get cleanings, tooth extractions, and other dental services all for free. 500 locations across the U.S. will be joining in, including our own here in Jonesboro. They're hoping to serve more than 5,000 vets nationwide. They also connect them to other resources to continue their dental care. The day is set to be a thank you.
We've gotten a lot of feedback, a lot of great feedback from our patients. But like I said earlier, a lot of veterans don't get that proper care, people period, but especially veterans. And it's a way to say thank you and to give back to those patients that deserve to be treated.
Now, reservations can still be made. Vets can call 1-844-ASPEN-HMM to schedule their appointments.
Well, we are just a few days out from Mother's Day, and a local retailer says there's still some popular items to snag that are sure to put a smile on Mom's face. Bridget Mills Arnold owns Posy Peddler here in Jonesboro. This year, she says hat boxes filled with roses and peonies are a hot item. It's a European tradition that's made its way to the South. Garden roses combined with blue and violet vases are also a popular buy. Arnold says there are ways to extend the life of your flowers by 2 weeks or more.
I take the vase over to the sink every day, empty it out, and put in fresh water. That's the key. If you won't drink the water, neither will the flower.
Good advice there. Arnold says the best time to purchase Mother's Day gifts are the Thursday and Friday before Mother's Day on Sunday. The shop is closed that day. Well, if your seasonal allergies feel like they are at their worst, you're not alone. Trees and grasses are unleashing so much pollen right now, it's making things unbearable for allergy sufferers.
Meg Oliver speaks with an allergist who has some tips to get us some relief.
How bad have your allergies been?
They've been really, really bad. You know, you can't go out, you can't ride a bike, you can't exercise.
The list goes on and on for allergy sufferer Patricia Ospina. The only reason she ventured outside on this day was to see her allergist.
Last night I had a really bad attack, and it got so bad that I was going to end up in the emergency room.
Allergies affect more than 50 million Americans. This year is extremely debilitating for many. The United States had the coldest April in more than 20 years, causing a late eruption of tree, grass, and weed pollens.
We're having a blend of spring and summer. And as a result of that, the plants are flourishing, pollen is rising. Every day it doesn't rain or precipitate, pollen counts are rising.
Dr. Clifford Bassett says while the best treatment is to take allergy medicines before the season kicks into high gear, a few simple steps at home can help now. If the pollen count is high, try to stay inside, especially in the mornings. Close doors and windows to keep allergens out. Clean air filters, bookshelves, and vents on a regular basis. Change clothes and wash your hair after going outside. And vacuum twice a week while wearing a mask. Pollen, mold, and dust can collect in your carpet.
Next year, you promised me you're going to come in before the season kicks in.
Believe me, I will.
And this allergy season is likely to stretch on through May. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
Expert is advised to also wear sunglasses and keep your hair back. Also wash hands frequently and avoid touching your face.
It's a little hard to do when it's as windy as it's
Well,
been.
yeah, actually the pollen's really blowing around with those wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour today, and also some very warm temperatures. Upper 80s across our area. 88 was our high today here in Jonesboro. Normal high this time of year is 78. And it looks like we'll see these temperatures staying very warm. Maybe a little more humidity in the forecast too as you get ready for the upcoming weekend. And we'll talk more about that when we come back.